Hey everybody, it's good to see you all again. Today we're going to talk about the need for us as photographers to cull our images both before and during the development process. So you guys can see this is a little bit different episode. I'm doing this from my hotel room. Why? Because I got to this location well after midnight last night. So what I'm doing is just simply trying to relax a little bit and also catch up on some work today. So I thought I'd share with you some of the things I've been going through. Now, if you've been watching the channel, you know I just finished up some time in Charleston, South Carolina. And on one of those days, I walked 15 miles and took over 550 images. I guarantee you, just like you, not all those photos are really worth my time to develop and to put up into stock photography. So I'm going to take you through the process that I go through and deciding which images I should spend my time on so I can maximize my profits. Now, when I was in Charleston, I practiced my rule of threes. So one of the things I'm making sure I do here is practice my own personal rule of taking 3 images. Now, the reason why I do that is I don't know when I'm going to be in this part of the world again, if ever. And if I'm going to take the time to capture an image, I want to at least have a chance of that image turning out. So what I do is I take at least 3 images of each one of my subjects, and each time I allow my autofocus to readjust. That way I have 3 chances of getting a clear, sharp image. In some cases I'll take 5. It just helps to make sure that you're not disappointed when you get home and see what you got on your camera. So that does contribute to the amount of images I take for each day that I'm out photographing. But I still need to cull them. So one of the ways how some people recommend doing it is before you even take the image, shoot it with your phone. That way you can look at the screen, you can get an idea about what the image is going to look like, so you know if you should even shoot it or not. Now for me, when I'm out traveling, you know, I've got my backpack on, I have a GoPro strapped right here so I can record the experience for all of you. I've got my camera in my hand, I've got a tripod. I really don't want to have to fiddle with getting out my camera. So a lot of times, or my cell phone, so a lot of times I want to pull up my camera and just start shooting and play at the focal lengths, trying to find those compositions. So I've got a lot of work to do when it comes to post-processing. But before you even take the image, this can actually help you compose what your photos are going to look like and give you a preview so you can decide if you're going to take the photo or not. Now, what happens when it's in Lightroom? Well, Lightroom has 2 neat features. One in which you can rate an image with stars, and the other one in which you can provide kind of a color label to your photos. Now, I first use the color label if I'm going to have anything, maybe it's going to be photos that are going to be stacked in some way or turned into a panorama. I will use the colors to group those together so I can quickly see which set of photos go with which stacking or which panorama, so that then I can properly select them and not make any mistakes when I'm about to work with those images. Now I have to do those first before I do any culling because I need to see what the final product is going to be. Now after that, that's where I use the stars. Now across the keyboard, let's see, number 6 is going to be red, 7 yellow, 8 green, 9 blue, and then if you right mouse click an image, you can do a purple color label. But 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will set 1 through 5 stars, and 0 will clear the stars out. The stars are how I do my culling. So let's see how we use them. First of all, I'm going to take a look at the full image, and I'm going to use my left and right arrow keys and the number 1. So what I'm going to do is on this first pass, I'm going to take a look at any photos that I find to be interesting. You know, not every composition is going to work out for you. Now, I'm not really looking for the focus on these because remember, I take at least 3 images per composition. So I'm going to probably star every single one of those images in the same composition unless I can clearly see there's a focusing issue. All right, now once I do that, I need to get rid of anything that I not add a star to. So I am going to sort them based on their rating. And then I'm going to select all of the images that do not have any stars, and I'm going to remove them from Lightroom. I'm just going to select them, hit delete, and then remove them from Lightroom. I'm not deleting the images off my hard drive. I'm just removing them from Lightroom. And then I'll sort them back by capture time. Go over to the left and start hitting that right arrow key. But this time, I'm going to be zoomed in at 100% focus. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping it basically in the center of the image. And that, of course, that's roughly where your subject's probably going to be. And if I see anything, any focusing I don't like, I don't do anything. If I do see that the image is something I like, I hit the number 2. And that's going to put 2 stars in. And then when I'm done with those, same process. I sort them, remove all the images that do not have 2 stars, and then resort them back to their capture time. And then I'm looking at them again with the full image. And now I'm looking at the ones that I think would be interesting to actually develop. Now, of course, I'm looking at it from the perspective of buyers. What would buyers be looking for? Is this a good image that could sell in the stock photography market? And I'm giving the number, or pressing the number 3 for each one of those that I want to take through the development process. Now, a lot of cases, I'm going to go, if I have a set of 3 images, it's going to go down to just 1 image at that time. Some sets, I won't select anything for because I just don't like the image at this point. Then, of course, I'm going to delete out all those that do not have 3 stars. Now, these are the images that I'm going to take the time to do development. Now, as I'm going through some of these images, you might be able to hear people outside. I am in a hotel. All right, so what I'm going to do here with these images, I'm going to take my time to do the development work. I might decide that I need to spend more time on an image than what I have right now. I'll give it the number 4. That means come back to this later. When I give it the number 5, that's 5 stars. That means it is ready to be developed. And at any time that I decide that a photo is just not going to make it 0, that clears out all the stars. And now I can just tell Lightroom to export out those with 5 stars, and then I can begin the process of doing the title, the keyword, and the description for those images. Now, when you get to that level, when you're given title, keyword, and description, that can take some time. So I only want to have developed the images that I feel have a chance of being sold. And that is how I cull my images. Now, I wish we didn't have to do this. I wish every photo that I took was amazing, but hey, I am just like you. Not every photo is amazing. Now, I've seen some people, they just like to post whatever photo they happen to take at that moment, and that's okay. But you really do have to check out your photos to really see, are these really the type of photos that my friends are going to be jealous of? Are these the type of photos that a customer is willing to pay for? And you really have to be objective and critical of yourself. Because remember, in the end, not only do we want a high acceptance rating from the stock agencies, we want a high sale amount. Both of those contribute to having your photos presented to a potential client on page 1 when they do their keyword search for the type of photos they are interested in purchasing. All right, guys, I hope this helped you out. Hey, please leave me a comment below. Let me know when you're from. Let me know how you cull your images. Share them with the rest of us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And of course, I'll see all of you next week. So enjoy your photography, enjoy your travels, and you all take care of yourself.